know. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, what's up?
How's it going?
Just talking about COVID.
Talking about the coup.
But seriously, though, you think, like, is there COVID going around still?
I don't know.
Is
Yeah,
COVID
there
a
is.
thing?
There is. It is a thing. It is. I need to fix your camera.
Oh, yeah, it's been doing this.
Yeah. It's even, I thought I fixed it, but it's even worse.
Yeah, I've noticed when it's been up there like that. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. All right, now we're in business.
Now we're going.
Now we're in business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what's the regular flu and what's COVID and
We don't know. Well, the tests now that they use test for both flu and COVID, and I guess can differentiate between the two.
Right.
So they tell you
Right.
it's the other. One or the other. How accurate are those tests? Who knows? All I know is the Great Alien War did not happen. We were
Thank
supposed
God.
to have one.
I think we were.
I was going to use a personal day that day. I was going to use a personal day.
Yeah, I believe I'd use a personal day for that too.
just to sit home
Yeah.
and watch the lasers come out of
Yeah.
the sky.
Honestly, if that happened right now, I would not be surprised.
It'd be like
I'd be like,
yeah,
of fucking
yeah,
course it is.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course. Yeah, it's been a slow news week, but not really. Tucker Carlson is back in Moscow.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see his little video?
I did not. I didn't watch it last night, but I did see that.
Okay,
Yeah.
you should see it because apparently we're in an undeclared hot war with Russia now.
Why is he doing this? Dude,
I
he
don't
is
know.
just, I think Joe Biden's pissed off.
He is.
I think he's like, you know what?
He's gonna burn the world
Fuck
down.
you guys. I'm pardoning my son and burning
Burn
this
the
whole
world.
son of a bitch down on the ground
no.
before I leave.
Burn it down. Burn it down. Kyle's burning the school down. You South Park fans will get that one.
It's either two things or this is the last grasp of the deep state just trying to
I think
maintain
it is.
power.
It's the last grasp of the military-industrial complex, trying to set a world war up where it's too far gone when our president-elect gets in power and is unable to rein it back in.
You know, and I was thinking too, you know, he's got a unique opportunity to really do some stuff.
He does.
And, like, has a mandate to
He's
do
got a
some
mandate.
stuff. And I'll tell you what, right now, I'll be the first one to tell you. If he does something good, I'm going to give him credit for it. If he fucks it up
100%.
royally, I'm going to hold him to account.
Now, Chase, you know we're just loudmouth soy boys or whatever that dude said.
Right.
Loudmouth snowflakes, and apparently we're also white men for Harris.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
the-
I remember that.
we're that.
Yeah, we've been called all kinds of stuff this week.
Dude.
That whole stuff that's going on here locally, but so the video that we did last week, which I don't think either one of us really thought that was going to be. We were just trying to defend
The truth.
the truth.
Defend the truth.
Yeah, defend the truth and defend Harley a little bit because it's completely unfair. Like,
It is.
nobody needs to go through that. And Harley, if you're out there, I'm glad you came back and I saw her actively defending herself. And
Yes.
good for her.
Yep, absolutely.
Good for her. And I laughed my ass off at John's post.
Oh, dude,
Like,
I know.
like,
I did
he
too.
was so good. You know, John is
Yeah.
such a kind of quiet, kind of reserved guy. And he went through, he's like, I don't ever really comment on Harley's thing. And he goes through and, does some points to defend. Then, like, the last point is like, and now we've got people giving out our home address and they're threatening to come here, which I would not advise. Because I bet John has an arsenal up there.
You know. Well, I mean, he's a deputy.
Yes, he is.
So there's that.
And John, I would not advise going to John's house with ill intent.
Absolutely not.
John Masters is not one to be messed around with.
No, I would not.
But this whole thing is turned into our biggest video on our whole channel.
I know.
And I literally thought it was kind of just like a throwaway. I didn't think anybody would really watch it that much.
I mean, I didn't think it was a throwaway. I was like, this has to be said.
Right.
I did not know it was going to get that many views and the engagement on it and us being called. Now, here's the funny thing. What I noticed from this video, the support or the comments rather, I won't say the support, but the comments from local people have been almost overwhelmingly supportive
Yes.
and in agreement with what we were, saying was defending Harley, because they know that what's being spread is not true. However, the YouTube comments are a dumpster fire of where shit libs were just
it's crazy,
dude.
Well, I will tell you this, Josh. I spoke with somebody. I'm not gonna name names,
right.
but I did speak with somebody that is in the know on all this type of stuff, and somebody in local government here. So what I was told is that they first became aware of this thing about 3 weeks ago or so.
Yeah.
That they got a call from a person in Black Mountain. He said, I don't really know how this person even got my number, but he said she just said that I was told to call you because you were good on this stuff. And so, and she apparently was with an organization that was bringing Amish made. I won't say. I believe the intent was for him to say that it was Amish. He did not say it specifically, so I don't know that specifically. But bringing sheds, quality built sheds, not shitty ones, just quality built sheds, for displaced people to live in. But she was bringing them to Black Mountain, Swannanoa area.
Right.
And she was complaining to him that apparently she had been turned away, and they were saying that they weren't going to permit those type of things and anything. And he just kind of talked to her. He said, "Look, if what you need to do here is, rather than trying to make a fuss about it, is go and try to create a partnership with like the local authorities, the people that would make those decisions, and try to, if all you really got to do is put 2x6, some 2x6s in it, and a couple other little things to make it code compliant to where somebody could live in it temporarily, then you just need to do that." And he said, this lady acted like that, was like, "Oh my God, I never even thought about that." But he said that since then, he said it's happened all over. He said it's not just in Mitchell County. He said it's happened to several different counties. He said what the rub here is, he said this is really where the rubber meets the road, is people are bringing sheds here, and they're not really donations. What they're trying to do is bring them here, get them permitted, and then get FEMA to pay for them. That's the rub.
Okay. See, that makes so much sense.
Yes.
So much sense.
I was like, okay. Now I get it.
There we go. Okay.
So we did clarify a couple other things to clarify from the last episode, and I tried to do this in some of the YouTube comments. I don't know if
I just gave up.
I at one point I just gave up as well. But so I think I'd indicated that maybe the whole Amish thing, building anything here, might have been a complete falsehood. Turns out there is a kernel of truth to that. Not in Mitchell County,
right,
but in Swannanoa.
Right.
That picture was those pictures that went around that I was like, they don't even look like here or whatever.
It wasn't here.
It was in Swannanoa.
Okay.
Or it could have been just some promotional photographs that they were putting of the Amish building sheds. Right. But it was hosted on a website for a place that was telling about them coming here to do that and how they did. So again, with anything, there's a kernel of truth. But that all happened in Swannanoa. Still, nobody is aware of any Amish built structures here.
Okay, so I have some clarification on that. I had somebody reach out to me again. I'm not going to name their names, but I did have somebody reach out to me and say, and I wanted to correct the record, that he knew of at least one Amish person that was here helping people build stuff.
Okay, cool.
So there was one Amish person that is confirmed.
Right.
This Amish person still did not build 100 tiny homes.
Right. So that was not in Mitchell County.
No.
So the premise still is false. Yes. Although, again, there's a kernel of truth somewhere in there,
and
but not even here.
And that's how these things go.
Yes.
There's enough truth in it to there's always a kernel of truth in there somewhere.
Here's the other thing too. There's one more.
Okay.
I was told that there are a handful. I'm just going to tell you exactly the way it was told to me. Again, by somebody who would know. That there are a handful in Mitchell, Avery, and Yancey, in each one, of folks that are choosing to live in tents.
Yes, there are. There are.
It was insinuated that they might be kind of your anti-government types that really want to stick it to, Joe Biden's FEMA and all this stuff, and they're not going to taken. So they're going to create a stink
Right.
around it. And that's might have been where Harley got dragged into this. I don't know that for sure, but that seems to make sense that maybe one of these folks, you know, one of these anti-government types or whatever, is choosing to live, like basically protest by living in a tent.
A housing strike. Instead of a hunger strike, it's a housing strike.
Yes.
Interesting.
That's what I was told.
Interesting.
But we were also, we've learned a lot in this week just by all the stuff that we found.
Have we?
Buddy, there's some outside groups that are really pushing hard and trying to rabble-rouse and do all this stuff, saying that. And I don't know. To me, it's just so dumb because, dude, this is the reddest of the reddest MAGA country in this entire state.
Yes.
If you're going to go after a liberal local government, then you need to go to Buncombe County.
Yep.
Or the city of Asheville, not Mitchell County, the reddest county, literally, statistically, the reddest county in the entire state.
That was not a call to action, by the way.
No.
That was not a call to action.
No, that was not a call to action.
You just got to clarify that.
But in order to even
who knows anymore?
In order to really even find majority left-wing local government, you're going to have to go to
Buncombe County.
Yeah. Or
Watauga
County.
Yeah.
You know, Boone, in and around Boone, in and around Asheville. So, I don't understand it. It's crazy.
I don't either.
But all we were, just to clarify, too, when we were talking, there is no doubt that those accounts that started all this on X or whatever are absolutely...
They're MAGA people.
They're MAGA people. They're right-wing, proclaimed MAGA folks, and I'm not hating on all of MAGAdom, or whatever. I could really give a shit. But what this is, it's not even just that it's MAGA.
It's cancel culture.
It's cancel culture crap.
It is,
and you're doing the exact same thing that you rail against.
That was my whole gripe the whole time, and that's why I called them the woke right. Was they were behaving exactly like the left used to do, or still it does, and that's been a bone that they've had to pick with the left for forever. So, that was my whole thing.
Yep,
that was my whole thing,
which I think is entirely reasonable.
Yeah,
and it's the truth.
It is the truth.
And I would say maybe even more so than just MAGA accounts. It's click rage bait.
It's like, rage bait, but it's on the right side. It's MAGA rage bait.
Yeah, it is.
It's MAGA rage bait. Now there's leftist rage bait too.
Right.
But that's what this is. And
just to clarify, by the way, me and Josh, we are neither one of us are Republicans.
No.
I'm a libertarian. Josh is a leftist.
I'm a liberal.
Yeah. Josh is like a classic liberal. But we did both endorse. I mean, we basically come out in support of Trump.
I voted for Trump.
I did as well.
And I'm not a leftist. But I'm a liberal.
Yeah.
Not a leftist though. There is a big difference.
A huge difference.
Huge difference. I'm not a leftist.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you under the bus there,
look. It's all right. It's so funny to me. I was thinking like the whole time this whole week I was just like, it really made me question like even what we're doing. It's like, do I really want to subject myself to this? Like, this is insane.
It is.
This is insane. That you can't have a conversation. Now, granted, we did come in hot in that video.
We did.
We did come in hot, and again,
in particular, you did.
I did.
You were pissed.
I was pissed.
But for good reason. I mean, it's ridiculous when a fellow community member, especially after all this devastation, somebody that's worked as hard as she has, somebody that's laid everything aside just to give herself to the cause of recovering from something like this, and then you're subjected to that crap. And it's just a slap in the face.
The reason they're subjected to it is all for clicks and ultimately for money. It's a grift.
Yeah.
That's my biggest gripe. That's why I was so pissed. Now, there's a lot of groups coming in here that are doing similar things, grifting. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that going on right now. Ton. I heard a statistic the other day, and I don't know how true this is, so fact check me on this if you want to, because I would love to know for real. But I heard the statistic that 70% of all the fraud right now, period, is related to Hurricane Helene.
I have no doubt that that's true. You even see it on these local Facebook pages. Mm-hmm. Every day there's I've lost, and their name's like Hennessy Duplantis or something other. It's like,
Yep.
Listen, if you want to be recognized as somebody from here, you're going to have to be a McKinney, a Burleson,
a Burleson, or
something,
Thomas, something. It's.
I mean, you see it today, and thank God people are beginning to
They're
beginning to see it now, which is
are.
good, because at first it was like, oh my God, somebody get this person a trailer.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And they're like, dude, that person's in Romania in a cell phone bank with 3,500 cell phones, trying to rip you off for money.
Yep.
And everybody and their mom and daddy has a GoFundMe page.
Yep.
And I'm sure a lot of those are legitimate.
They are.
For God's sakes, guys. And we're gonna highlight a couple groups. Me and Josh have been talking, but we're gonna do an episode where we highlight a few of these groups here locally that we know personally are doing great work with great people involved, and where
they're legit. They're legit.
Yes,
100%
where any of your donations of your time or your money are going to be put to good use,
and they're not connected to us in any way.
No, this is just people at large, community members that have really started great things, and I want to highlight.
We should start a GoFundMe
for sure. Yeah, we should.
We should start a GoFundMe
for
Mr. Kitty.
Yeah.
He needs brain surgery.
Mr. Kitty's
he needs a new
brain relief fund.
He needs a new brain. His eyes go like that.
Yeah, exactly. That is the most wide-eyed cat. It should be, get Mr. Kitty some eyelids.
What's so funny is when he's like, when he looks at you with the right way. One people goes that way, one people goes that way, and it's like, dude, what is up with you?
You should send me a photo and I'll put him on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I can do
should.
that. Yeah, I can do that real quick. So zooming out a little bit, I'm sure you have heard about the assassination of the CEO of United Healthcare Group.
Yeah, what's that all about? I've heard about it, but I don't know what is going on.
I mean, it looked, again, I'm just a dude on the internet with a beard that talks smack. I don't know anything about anything, but it looked like some shit you would see in a movie. Have you seen the video?
Yes.
Dude, that looked like a professional hit. And I found out today, it looked like the pistol jammed on him because he was racking it back. He was ejecting unspent rounds because there was a message engraved on one of the rounds he ejected. And I'll find it and read it because I don't want to misquote it. But there was. That was released today.
Really?
This was a hit.
I haven't heard this.
This was 100% a hit, and it sounds like it was ideologically motivated. Yeah.
For why?
Denying claims. The percentage of claims denied is so high with United Healthcare.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
First thing I said, I told me and Dad were in their apartment when it came on the news, and first thing I said, well, I'll tell you what that is right now. They denied Mom's claim, and she died of breast cancer or something, and now he's pissed.
And dude,
that's what it looked like to me.
It was bad. It was bad. All right, let me send Noah this picture of Mr. Kitty. I'll send the picture, the Christmas kitty. Yeah. Oh my gosh, where did it go?
I love how you always get pictures of him, but you don't ever get pictures of Mrs. Kitty.
That's because I can never find her. She is so black.
I have all of those.
I can't see her anywhere.
I have all those.
Do you?
Yeah.
She blends
your
in.
cat?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
I have one cat that only associates as one of my children, and that's it.
Miss Kitty is like all over me all the time, but every time I go, like if I move, she gets spooked and runs off. Or I'll come in and I won't see her because she'll be in the recliner and she's just, gone.
That's where she is.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is. That's one of the more skittish cats I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
There's the GoFundMe is help Mr. Kitty find a new brain.
Look, that's it. That's the one.
Now, look, there are legitimate needs out there, and there are people with GoFundMes that really do need.
Yes, they
help.
absolutely do. I didn't mean to associate
I
that.
didn't either. But
if you're unclear,
there's a lot.
Yeah, if you're unclear of what to give to, there are plenty of great organizations. Just reach out to us or whatever. So, yeah, here's another thing. I didn't realize this last night. Ryan, I thought he was just doing his own documentary.
Oh, he's doing a documentary for somebody?
For the TV.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that was what it was.
That's cool.
That's the reason you didn't hear from me last night. I didn't.
Right.
Okay, I told him we'd hit him back up sometime, just on his own,
Sure.
own
That's
time. He was
fine.
on work time.
Gotcha.
Night, so
That's fine.
I did not understand that, so I guess I'm going to be on a TV documentary. I guess.
Nice.
Well, I didn't know that was what it was.
Oh, well, maybe not nice. They're going to take you out of context and, like, rage bait you.
Probably.
All right, Noah, I'm going to send you a article to pull up here because this is pretty interesting. And here's the thing, like this is what scares me about this is some vigilanteism kind of stuff going on, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
So there was a message
engraved on the casing that was ejected. Yeah. Message on bullets fired by United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's assassin bears eerie link to book condemning insurance companies. The New York Post reports, oh my God, if these ads will go away. The at-large suspect who gunned down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside of Middletown Hotel may have left a message on the bullets he used to kill the executive Wednesday morning, according to police sources. The NYPD is investigating the possible message, which appears to include the words deny, depose, and defend, engraved on live rounds and shell casings left behind by the masked assassin after he shot Thompson 50 several times about 6:46 a.m. before fleeing, the sources said. The words are possible attacks on healthcare insurance industry, which Thompson is one of the most powerful leaders, and strikingly similar to the 2000 book Condemning the Business. Delay, deny, defend. Two of the three words seemingly left is subtitled Why Insurance Companies Don't Pay Claims and What You Can Do About It. That's wild. That is
either that
wild.
or one of his family members died.
Yeah.
And now he's enacting revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's crazy, though.
And maybe this guy's a professional assassin who just happened to have a family member die. What a horrible like turn of events that would be. Like,
did he have like a silencer or anything?
He had a suppressor on it. Yes, it appeared as if there was a suppressor on it. Like I said, this looks like something out of a James Bond movie. This was wild.
Somebody, he just disappeared, and there's like an all-out manhunt for this guy, and I don't think they have really anything.
They released a photo, but the photo looks nothing like the person who shot this guy. It's wild.
That's insane.
It is insane. It is. But
I was wondering why it was getting so much kind of play or whatever. I mean, I know it's like I mean, that's a story. I mean, anytime somebody just gets assassinated when they walk, especially a CEO of a big company.
And there's a lot of people on both sides of the aisle celebrating this. And I'm like, guys, you don't want to go down this road. You really don't want to go down this road, because once you get into the world of vigilantism, there's going to be some crackpot nut job somewhere that doesn't like
what you believe.
You believe and what you stand for and what you do.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, oh, well, I'm morally justified for killing this person because they're a bad person because they said X or they said, Y, Z or whatever. That's where this leads.
I know. I don't like that at all.
No.
Don't love that.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
That's crazy. I'm interested to see what happens with all that.
Yeah. This is bananas, man.
It's pretty. So I guess we had some more Trump appointments too, didn't we?
I don't know. I missed those.
Yeah,
I've been out of the Trump loop.
I think Kash Patel for the FCC. Maybe?
Okay.
Is what it was, and then oh man, he made a really good one for was it Health and Human Services? I think was. Let's see. Let me look this up just so I don't misquote.
I don't know.
Cabinet picks so far.
Yeah, I've been engulfed in what we're doing in the studio. I've been engulfed in a lot of different various projects, and I've really, the only reason I know about the assassination was because it's just such big news. But I've honestly, and purposefully so, I've kind of stayed away from some of the political stuff because it's just.
Yeah, I know. I have kind of too.
I needed.
There was a couple of these I was really.
I needed some time away.
Yes.
I needed some time apart.
Of course, we talked about Tulsi getting director of national intelligence, which is awesome. I love that.
I love that too. Big fan. Big fan of Miss Gabbard. No, I'm sorry you don't feel well, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
Hats off to Noah. He's doing this under the weather, so we're gonna cut it short tonight. We're gonna not go super long, and it's just been a long week. We're all tired.
Oh, the National Institutes of Health. That was the one I was looking
NIH.
for. Jay Bhattacharya.
Okay.
You know, he was the one that signed that he was one of the guys that signed the Great Barrington Declaration that was basically just said all this COVID shit is nonsense. And he's a doctor. And dude, we're going from Fauci to Jay Bhattacharya.
I did see
which
that. Okay.
Could not be
further apart.
any different.
Right.
Thank God.
Well,
that's an excellent pick on Trump's part right there, in my opinion, as a libertarian.
The other side is going to be like, he's a COVID denier. He's a COVID denier.
I mean, I think that even that's fizzled out. You can't
A lot of it is. He's not a COVID denier. He's just saying that there's some problems that need to be looked into.
Well, yeah, the Great Barrington Declaration was like, look,
right.
You know, we need reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to shut everything down. We need need to do is protect old people.
The vulnerable. The
vulnerable.
And the vulnerable.
Yes.
And we didn't do that. If we had done that and kept the world going as normal, what happened would have still happened.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been the exact same, only we would have gotten to the variants that are less virile and more infectious earlier on.
Yeah, I know. I really think
way earlier.
I really think maybe the critical mistake, and this all is under this umbrella, and I've said this 1,000 times, but it really bothers me that we have not looked back, and nationally with the public's gaze on it, taking a look at what we did right and what we did wrong.
No. Dude,
if there was anything we did right,
near that self-reflective.
Yeah, see, but at least with Jay Bhattacharya, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
They could begin to do that and get some common sense policy around this. Like, what probably was not a great idea to deploy a vaccine into an active pandemic. That's probably not a great idea. And I think there's ample evidence to say that made things worse, honestly.
And see, this is where, and I'm not pushing back, but I'm just saying this is where we're at. The other side's going to say, well, no, you're just wrong. Because we're at a point now where what one side says, what the right says, or what's perceived as the right, not even the right, but anything that the left doesn't say, the left has to be against.
Right. Yeah.
That's where we're at. Especially if someone like Trump or, anyone who is in any kind of political office or any kind of position of political power, or even someone like Elon Musk who has a following. Right. If they say it, the other side has to be against it, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
We are seeing some exceptions to that. We're seeing some people come around. And I'm not convinced that they're actually coming around. People like Bill Maher, Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks, Anna Kasparian. Now, I do think Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks, her journey leaving the left, I think, is genuine. Cenk, I'm not so sure about.
Yeah.
Not so sure about. And the man always looks like his head's about to explode.
I know. If I spent my whole life that angry, I would.
God.
Oh, my God. Right? Can you imagine how miserable you'd be?
Dude, his blood pressure has to be like...
I know. I'm like, dude, calm down. It's
9,000
okay.
over 60,000.
Every time I would... If I was on that level and I was like on a panel with him, I'd be like, everybody needs to stop. We need to wait until Cenk calms down.
Cenk, are you okay, man?
Are you all right, dude? Because you need to, it's not that serious,
like,
okay?
I watched his interview on the Trigonometry podcast, and he wasn't even... talking about anything completely serious or really bad, and immediately into the interview he was already
sweating
and he was literally physically going to just explode. I know. Bro, chill, it's okay.
But I do think let me ask you a question. Does it surprise you that there's not more, because you remember what happened in 2016 when Donald Trump was elected?
Yes.
The entire left just went ballistic.
Yeah.
And everybody was wearing pussy hats, and cancel culture was at a peak, and people were protesting in the streets.
A lot of that was just where we were culturally too.
I think it is, but it just surprised me that there's not like really any of that now. And I think it was because
there's been a little bit, but it's negligible.
No, I mean it's negligible. Really, honest. I mean, even when he did his rally right before the election at Madison Square Garden, he did that in 2016.
Oh, the Nazi rally.
Yeah, the Nazi rally. When he did the Nazi rally, like there was like he'd done that before, and there was like thousands of protesters.
Did you know
they
Nazis
said the
held
Secret Service
concerts, and that means Nazis held concerts. So, therefore, all concerts are Nazi concerts.
There you go. I didn't understand that. That was just like the last grasp effort at being like, we need to tear this guy down.
Yeah,
that was so stupid. But it just surprises me that there's not more of that. And I think that speaks to like and I told you this. I'm really glad the election was like a decisive either way. I just wanted it to be like this is clear, because if it was anywhere down the middle, the country would have literally burned to the ground. I think so too. It would, you know what I mean?
So too.
It would have.
And now you feel, and that, maybe this is why we're seeing people like the Young Turks and Jon Stewart and all these people coming out, and they're like, now maybe, just maybe. And this is kind of despicable, because like for better or for worse, whether you think we're right or wrong, like us, dislike us, love us, hate us, agree with us, disagree with us, what you hear on this show is our real, actual thoughts. Like, we don't bullshit about anything on the show. This is what we think.
Trust me and Josh are not connected enough to try to spin or take certain postures for political purposes.
This is what we genuinely think. And maybe we are wrong. We probably are on a lot of things, and thank you for granting us that privilege to being wrong. But you may hear us change our minds. You may hear me say something.
Oh God!
5 episodes from now that I didn't believe in this episode, and that's because you're watching a conversation in real time and people talking and changing their minds. And if your mind is open, which it should be, to new information and better information. But anyway, I got off on a tangent there. What I'm wondering is if now, because there is like this mandate and you see culture shifting in that direction, in a more populist direction, the Jon Stewarts, the Young Turks, the Bill Maher's, even though Bill Maher still has some pretty off the rails TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, as a lot of people do, you see them saying things. They're like, oh, well, maybe they've believed that the whole time, but they've been afraid to say it. And I'm like, man, that's moral cowardice. That's so...
honestly, I was thinking about that very thing yesterday, I believe.
Gross.
I was starting to think about that. I was like, how quickly tones soften. You know what I mean? Which is, I couldn't be that type of person. I just, like, I can't call somebody a Nazi
one day,
and then the next day be like, well, the American people have spoken or whatever.
Like, bro, what? You literally said he was a Nazi 6 hours ago.
Maybe we should talk to the guy. It's like, you want to talk to Hitler?
You want to talk to Hitler?
You want to come to a deal with Hitler? I thought he was Hitler.
You're complicit in Nazism.
I don't know.
God.
But I guess that what you see is this, in that media ecosphere, you see, even independent media, you see people have to save face. They have to, like, because you can't just, like, all right, well, I thought he was Hitler, and now I'm done with this show, because you got to continue going on talking about something, so you have to, like, save face somehow. But it's just like, I could not.
You could come out and be like, I was wrong. Yeah. I was wrong.
I'll tell you the other thing I did, too. I'm stopping this thing where we call everybody these these hyper, thing. Even me, like, I'm no longer going to refer. The left in America are not communists.
No.
Okay? They're not radical socialists, really, even either. Now, are they probably like pseudo-Marxists? The way some of their actual thought is? Maybe.
The left in America is neoliberalism with some Marxism sprinkled in for flavor.
Yes. But I'm no longer being like, we're all going to be under communism if Democrats
I don't
get
think
elected.
we've ever said that. Now we may
No,
have.
we've not ever said that. But a lot of people on the right say that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's communist. It's the brown shirts versus.
But I'm no longer going to go to those links to call somebody something that they really aren't.
Well, we never have.
No,
we never have. So we don't have to not do that because we haven't. As a matter of fact, I think a few
but the right
episodes
just needs to stop doing that. Yes,
just like the left needs to stop calling everybody Hitler and Nazis.
Right.
And it's like, bro, there's not everything is racist. Not everything is sexist. Not everything is homophobic.
Which, by the way, is not just insulting to the person. It's insulting when you start calling somebody Hitler. Like, I'm sorry, but Donald Trump didn't, send 6 million Jews to gas, to the gas chambers, okay?
No.
So that's really just not only a slap in the face to Donald Trump, which is fine if you want to insult Donald Trump.
Go for it.
But that's a slap in the face to, like, Jewish history and those people. Like, it's
Jewish
just not,
people at large, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just it's not good, and we need to stop with all that hyperbolic language, and all
words
this type of stuff.
have meaning.
Yes.
Words have meaning.
Yes.
Words have meaning. And if you cry wolf so much, if you cry Hitler, one day there may come another authoritarian Hitler-esque figure out of the ashes.
And I'm not about
something.
Yeah. And if you keep ramping it up to that point,
no one will take it seriously when it really happens.
Well, Tim, and I'm tired of all these memes where it's like making these awful jokes about look, you can hate her politics and think she's a terrible politician, but don't insult the person as like a...
Nah, I don't care about that.
I just think it's in bad taste.
I mean, it's...
Maybe, all I'm saying is, maybe, try this on for size. All I'm saying is maybe if the minute
you
stepped into the public eye that you didn't become draw the ire of every person that says the most awful, hateful shit in the world, maybe better people would want to be politicians.
I think that there's a lot of people who get so much hate and so much of this hatred and vitriol spewed online that do not deserve it. I also think there are people that 100% deserve it. And that is anyone who, I don't know, insider trades when they're a member of Congress and rapes the American people of lots of money. I'll have to censor the R word. I forget we're on YouTube. Maybe people who send poor people's children to foreign wars to die so Halliburton's stock can go up 1/4 of a point.
I get it.
These
and
people
you're right.
are evil. Look, I get it. They're human.
Right.
They're human. They're human beings. But absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yeah. These people are corrupt. They're part of the problem. They're part of the institutions that are corrupt to their core, and all of America, every institution in America is corrupt to its core. So, Nancy Pelosi being memed and someone making fun of her, Kamala Harris, I could care less.
Right.
Go for it. People do it to Donald. I don't care if you meme Donald Trump. Meme him into oblivion. Make him as orange as you can be. Make him the annoying orange with hair. I don't care. Make fun. I see all these memes of a fat Donald Trump with a tiny little pecker, and it's like, okay, you're really weird obsessed with his genitalia, first of all. But second of all, I don't care. I don't care about any of it.
Right. Just wish all I'm saying is I wish the mudslinging would tone down a little bit.
Yeah, but
and maybe we need to start with weeding out the corruption first, and then once everybody actually has a shred of integrity, one shred of integrity left, then maybe we can.
If reality TV has taught us anything, it's America does not like to sit and listen to policy debates.
No, they don't.
They want the mudslinging. I mean, that's why our political theater is like the WWE right now, right. And it has been for years.
That's one thing that Crystal from Breaking Point says all the time. She's trying to.
I retract it immediately. If Crystal Ball says it, I did not.
But she's so wrong when she says this. Like she's like, I just don't understand why the left can't play this game along with the right. Like if you're gonna start, doing all this and being, having mean politics, whatever. I'm like, Crystal. The entire left called the guy Hitler the entire time. It doesn't really get much worse than that.
She's saying that the right is being mean and the left isn't?
Yes. and trying to make a case that the left needs to be mean. And I'm like,
they're both just awful.
Crystal, how do you get more insulting than that? I mean, how do you get more insulting than trying to frame the guy for, with Russiagate and all that?
Yeah.
They literally tried to just fabricate.
And she was part of that too. Yeah, Crystal Balls, she's not known for her good takes.
No.
And every episode I watch, it's just you got Saga.
She's a fine host, but her takes are...
He's just like dying inside. You can see. He's just like, what am I doing sitting across from this woman?
Right. I don't know, man. Dude, I don't remember the guy's name. It was on Rogan this week. Let me look here. But
I've not been watching Rogan either.
Let me tell you something. Now, this thing, he's like an internet censorship guy.
Mm-hmm.
He like runs a watchdog group or something like that. Dude, you want to talk about being scared shitless?
Mm-hmm.
Buddy, that is scary, the way that they have,
I know.
The apparatuses that are going to have to be dismantled in order to get that back to where it needs to be. Because it is bad. And what's really crazy about that is he does a great job of highlighting how it's both the right and the left. Like, there's basically the Republicans and the Democrats have their own separate, wings of these 3-letter CIA, NSA, all these types of things. And then they run these NGO groups because they can't do it directly.
Right.
They fund these NGO groups to do it for them. And all it is the only difference between the two is just the way the messaging goes and which one they're trying to censor.
Yep.
It's so scary. That episode, if you haven't watched it,
And this is why we get called MAGA propaganda and white boys for Harris in the same week.
This guy's name is Mike Benz.
Mike Benz.
Yes, he's a little bit of one of those too. What was the guy that was like, if you'll just look at my website.
Oh, no.
There's a little bit of that. He's like, he refers to his Twitter feed more. He's like, if you'll just go to my Twitter highlights and pull this up. And it's great information, don't get me wrong, but after he says it for about the 120th time, I'm like...
I got to read the comments and be like, okay, I wonder if they're going... What was that dude's name? It was the moon landing episode.
Yeah. I can't remember what his name is.
Because his but I should, because that was his website. Yeah. You'll just go to babybear.com. So switch gears a little bit. We've got some cool things coming out here pretty soon.
Yes, we do.
We do. So we've been working on some music. And we're not going to get too much into it. We don't want to give too much away. But we're going to have some videos coming out pretty soon. We've got a new musical project, and I'm pretty excited about it because it's pretty good. I'm very proud of this.
I'm very proud of it, too.
Very proud of the work that we've done, and we think everyone's going to like it. We hope you do anyway.
I can't wait till we get down to some original stuff. That's where
We'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there.
But what we've done so far, I'm very happy with.
Yeah, for sure.
Very, very happy with.
I'm very curious what our original music would sound like.
It's going to be different.
It is.
We all have very distinctive.
We do.
Differences in our musical backgrounds. So.
Yeah. You're the punk rocker.
Kind of.
You're the punk rocker. Of course, you've got some other stuff in there sprinkled around as well.
Oh, yeah. JB's like your post-punk guy. Post-punk goth.
Yeah.
Dude. Jimmy's 80s. I don't know, 90s.
He's hard to pin down.
Yeah, Jimmy's a hard
one to pin down. I don't know where his writing would be.
And you got a little bit of everything in there too, honestly.
Yeah. Everything, a little bit of prog, a little bit of pop, a little bit of metal, a little bit of shred, a little bit of
thrash,
a little bit of big band. You just
I like it. I'm excited about it.
I am too.
I'm excited. You want to wrap her up?
Let's wrap her up.
How you feeling, Noah?
You all right back there, man?
You good?
I'm just ready for this to be over.
Aw.
I don't blame you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for doing this, Noah.
Yeah, I
We
appreciate it, Noah.
you. Everybody, we appreciate you.
Yep.
Please like the video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm sure you will let us know in the comments if you disagree with us. But if you agree with us, please feel free to let us know too. That would be great. And we just hope you all have a wonderful week, and we'll be getting back to some more normal episodes next week. Please go check out our sponsor, Big Al's Pack and Ship. Go out and check him out.
Get all those Christmas gifts shipped out.
Yeah, Noah, play our ad real quick.
Josh,
Chase,
before we continue this podcast, I've got this package I absolutely have to get out.
right now,
Immediately.
this second,
It's critically important.
you've got to go to Big Al's Pack and Ship.
Duh. How could I have forgotten? Our very first sponsor.
Yeah, and they'll ship it out any way you want, FedEx, DHL, or UPS.
And somebody told me Big Al's also has mailbox. Now, is that true?
They do. We should totally get one so we can be showered with gifts by our adoring fans.
100%. And they'll shred all of your important documents for you.
Thank God, so we can get rid of all this evidence before the FBI gets here in the morning.
That's absolutely true. And our NDAs that we have to get notarized.
We can get them notarized too after we fire all of our employees.
Of course, we're big on NDAs.
We sure are.
Yeah,
we sure are.
absolutely.
And when it's time to move,
They've got you covered with U-Haul rental. Any U-Haul you want, and all the moving supplies to get you started.
wow. They also offer copying, faxing, and greeting cards. They really are a one-stop shop.
We use them all the time with our business in the construction industry. They've notarized all of our construction documents and construction contracts.
This is a service that we both personally use. I ship guitars out and other musical equipment that I sell on occasion. Big Al's has always been really good to us.
No joke. So if you got something to ship out or any of those services that we talked about before, go see Big Al. He'll take care of you. Roan Road in Spruce Pine.
Big Al's Pack and Ship.
We give a ship.
All right, everybody. We
Still
give a
love
shit.
that ad.
I do too. It's great. It's great. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Give us a comment. Say something nice to somebody somewhere.
Call us liberal soy boys
Yeah,
again.
liberal soy
See what
boys
happens.
or MAGA something. Just call us names. That's what we like. We like it. All right, everybody. We love you all. Till next
See ya.
time. Peace out.